I didn't have work next to this, but I did have another pre-seminar I did instead of American Studies, so it was sort of hectic, but it was more than doable. Well, not more than, it was doable. I really liked it because it kept you up throughout the week. It was really fun, and you always had some things to do this week, and it made it sort of fun and to look forward to. Not only the sort of meetings, but also meetings with other associations and just fun activities you had planned. And so it went well with school for me as well. And social life sort of flourished under this. Got a lot of these board members became friends. So now I feel like it sort of enhanced it in a way.
Definitely. Of course, EPU has also become a huge part of my social life. But next to my board year, I also did a full course load, which is, of course, very doable. Almost every board does it as well. Some people even do a master's beside doing a board year, which worked out fine as well. So don't worry about that. I work next to it as well. A lot of people do. I mean, we're all students, so it's really doable. You can just do that in your weekends or like at nights. And with your social life, like I already said, most of my social life was EPU already, but like back at home in the weekends when I was with my friends, that's still okay. And you obviously have a lot of stories and stuff that you experience that you can talk about with your friends. So I think your social life just becomes a lot more broad and just so much more interesting. It really adds to your life. So just do it.
As far as combining my board year with my studies, my work, and my social life, that was a challenge at some times. It's really easy, well, for me personally, it's really easy to, I guess, focus on one thing at a time. So if I were to focus on studies, my board work or my job would, fall behind a bit. But it's all about balance, and that is another valuable lesson that I've learned, is to really plan ahead, I guess. Still not really good at that though. But yeah, I had a job and I had social life, I had friends, and I could do all of that as long as I can. I stick to my planning.
Yes. And although I decided to be very dedicated to EPU within my board year, I think that's really a choice that you can make yourself. I also already started my master's degree during my board year, and that went really fine, and I had people, friends from outside of Groningen that I still saw regularly. So yes, you are able to combine it.
I would say combining your board year with other things is very much a possibility. Throughout my board year, I continue to do different committees for my rowing association year, which I'm at right now as well. And obviously you had to really make sure that all your different responsibilities didn't overlap with each other. But at the same time, since you are with either 4 or 5 people, you can always kind of rely on each other to pick up the slump when you don't really have the time to do something. And that also counts for study as well. I was able to get all my 60 study points in the year that I did my board year, and I was also doing committee. So yeah, combining things with a board year is obviously very doable, in my opinion at least.
Yes, I was able to combine all those things. I did not have a job on the side. It's kind of a privilege to decide you don't want to work next to your university stuff and the board year, and having a personal life and having a sleep schedule as well. But some of my board members did work and they were also fine, so it's totally possible. Like I said, it's a challenge to combine all the things, but it's also extremely rewarding, because unlike any other job, you are able to enjoy the activities and the trips and the friends you meet along the way, just like your members. It's perfectly possible to combine everything because stuff really flows together as well. Because you see your board members during class, and you see the members of the association in the Latte Jacobshal when you have a test. So it's not like everything is separate, it can really flow together. So I found that it was doable to combine all those things.
For me, yes, I really noticed after my board year during Corona that I function the best when I'm busy. When I have a full schedule of doing meetings with the board, having activities at night, going to consties, having social interaction with your fellow students. I think having a full schedule for me gives me motivation to actually do the stuff that I have to do. I really noticed that during this Corona year that I had less motivation because my schedule was not that full. So I think doing a board year with EPU for some people will mean that they have to maybe not work a job on the side. But for some people it can also mean that it gives them more structure, helps them determine what to do even better.